Today we're checking out the new Magic 8 Pro by Honor. I want to thank them for sending this over to review on the channel. I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information. You've got 4 different color options: Sunrise Gold, Sky, Cyan, Black, and White. Nice thing is this one comes with Android 16 and has up to 7 years of software updates. It also has Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6.0. It also has a 7,100 milliamp hour battery. Nice matte finish here on the back. Pretty nice. They've got an extra button here on the side as well, down below the power and volume buttons. Something you normally don't see is this one actually has a speaker on the top and the bottom of the phone. Definitely feels a little more premium than I was expecting. You can see just how large the camera section is there on the back. It's got a 6.71-inch LTPO OLED display at 1256 by 2808 resolution at 120 Hz refresh rate, 1800 nits brightness, up to 6000 nits peak brightness. Don't forget to hit that hype button down below so more people see this video. Wow, the startup screen actually reminds me of what you would see on an iPhone. Even has the little dynamic island there at the top. Of course, you have the fingerprint scanner there on the front, face unlock, and password as well. Of course, it has Gemini as the assistant. It also has an extra AI button there on the side underneath the power and volume buttons, which you can customize with different shortcuts. If you double press the AI button on the side, long press for AI screen suggestions, and then of course you can also customize things as well in the settings. It's on gesture navigation by default, but you can also choose 3-button navigation as well. You also have the option of standard, where it puts all the apps on the home screen, or you can choose the app drawer. In the settings, you can choose between dynamic, standard, or high refresh rate, depending on if you want 60 Hz or 120. I think the screen quality on this phone actually looks really nice, has good contrast, plenty bright enough. Of course, this is going to come down to personal preference, but I think the screen quality on here is definitely flagship quality compared to some of the others that I've tested. Left of the home screen, you've got the Google Discover newsfeed. If you swipe up, you've got all of your apps. It's got little letters on the side to kind of go through the apps a little quicker. The shortcuts up in the quick panel actually looks pretty similar to an iPhone. I think it looks pretty good actually. Swipe down from the top to get your notifications. If you swipe down anywhere on the screen, it'll bring up your quick search. You can see their dynamic island kind of expands, again, similar to the iPhone. I feel like even though they style things a little bit different on this versus some other Android phones I've used, it's still gonna feel pretty familiar if you've used other Android phones. It also has a Magic sidebar. If you're familiar with Samsung phones, it's pretty similar to the Edge panel. Looks like there's a software update, so might as well go ahead and do that. As far as storage goes, this one still has 452 gigabytes available right out of the box. I'd say that's pretty good. And you can see down here, this is the 12 gigabyte version. It just feels like you can customize quite a few things within the software on here to get things just how you like. You can also go into the settings under Honor AI to change the shortcuts for the AI button. You've got the Magic Portal, AI memories, AI suggestions. There's quite a few different services in here that you could turn on or off. Fingerprint scanner seems to work really good on here. Pretty much every time it's worked on the first try. It's got a Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor. The base model starts with 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, and it goes up to 1 terabyte of storage with 16 gigabytes of RAM as well. You can see just by the benchmark results, this has pretty good performance. The single core score seems a little low, but multi-core score and GPU performance seems to be really good on this phone. So far, testing out gaming on this phone, it plays pretty smooth on the highest settings available. And of course, you'll be able to play pretty much any game out there. It doesn't seem to overheat or anything like that. I think most people are going to be satisfied with the performance on this phone. I think the large camera housing on the back does tend to get in the way sometimes, so it takes a little getting used to. But overall, really good performance on this phone, as expected, considering the specs. Depending on what region you're in, it's got a couple different sizes of battery ranging from 6,270 up to 7,200 if you're in China. Supports up to 120 watts fast charging and up to 80 watts wireless charging as well. I also ran my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, and this lasted about 10 hours, which is not going to be the best that I've tested, but keep in mind, once you turn the screen brightness down, you could easily get double that. Also keep in mind, there's a ton of variables with battery life, and usually the battery life gets better once it adjusts to your usage. I know I've had several phones that actually got better battery life after using the phone for a couple weeks or so. I think having one speaker on each side of the phone actually makes it sound really nice in person. I kind of wish more brands would do that. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Next part of the video, you'll want to use headphones so you can hear a little better detail. There on the front, it actually has a 50 megapixel wide angle lens, and it's also got a depth and biometric sensor. So it sort of looks like two cameras, even though it's just one. It's got a triple camera setup there on the back with a 50 megapixel wide angle lens, 200 megapixel telephoto, and 50 megapixel ultra wide lens as well. Inside the camera app, nice thing is you can customize the status bar with functions such as camera settings and Google Lens. You've got night, portrait, photo, video. Under more, you have multi-video, slow-mo, panorama, light painting, time-lapse, super macro, high-res, stage, and scan document. You can shoot up to 4K resolution, 120 frames per second. You can also see how the photo automatically adjusts the contrast depending on the lighting. Wow, you can actually see a lot of detail on this even when you zoom in. It can shoot up to 4K resolution for video recording at up to 120 frames per second. Here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of what to expect on the new Honor Magic 8 Pro. I'll have to do some more testing, but I'm actually pretty impressed with the photo and video quality on here, which again, I was not expecting it to be this good. I may have to compare this closer to Samsung or the new iPhone to see how this compares, but so far I'm pretty impressed with build quality, performance, speakers, not to mention the software updates. I feel like Honor is really bringing their A game. It's sort of crazy how good this phone is. I guess it depends on what phone you're coming from, but considering I've been using the Galaxy S25 Plus, I actually like things on this phone a little bit better. If you like phones, tablets, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on as usual, so keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.